after me. Y'all favorite came after me. My fans up and them bands up, bring my fam up the mentality. These niggas be faking the mentality.
Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with another video here, and this is actually going to be a big video. This is going to be a big deal, and I want to hear what Dave has to say about the Mobile Legends versus Wild Rift debate, because it's some huge news that just came out. I want to see if he addresses it. If you don't know, if you didn't watch my last video, to make a long story short, Mobile Legends has just been bought out by the owners of TikTok, which is game-changing. Tencent, the owners of League of Legends Wild Rift, actually tried to buy out Mobile Legends first, but they were beat out by the TikTok owners, and this is getting very, very interesting. So I'm assuming that Dave is going to sway more towards the Wild Rift side, since he changed his whole channel around to focus on Wild Rift. But with this huge new development coming to Mobile Legends, I think that some big changes could be coming to how Mobile Legends gets marketed. Because as you can see how they marketed TikTok, clearly they have the formula to market a game and market something and make it just insane like they did TikTok. So that being said, let's jump into here and see what Dave's thoughts on it is. But yeah, I want to see. I'm assuming that he's going to go for Wild Rift, but I personally think Mobile Legends, this is like a very closer matchup than you might have thought before. Like if this news didn't happen, I probably would have said Wild Rift has a chance. At this point, I don't know. It could go either way. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts.
Wild Rift is launching open beta in North America end of March finally. Can Mobile Legends survive? Or do Wild Rift even stand a chance? Welcome to Dave Talk. This is Assassin Dave.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit.
Alright guys, we are all excited for the NA Wild Rift open beta access in a few days. A lot of speculation out there are saying this is doomsday for Mobile Legends, a rip Moonton, and so on and so forth. In fact, many of my content creator friends in North America, the pro players for Mobile Legends, are seriously thinking about switching to Wild Rift for real. I mean, we're having a lot of discussions. I'm asking their reasons for switching to Wild Rift. A lot of them are saying it's because of esports and so on and so forth. But remember guys, the big boys, the people like Ghost of General, the people like Just No Limit, in Mobile Legend worlds, content creator worlds, have not actually said anything about switching. In fact, when I asked them, at least the atmosphere I'm sensing is they're gonna stay in Mobile Legends and they're not gonna switch. Because Moonton already paid a lot of content creators large sum of money for them to stay in the game and continue to make content for that game. And before you get too excited about Wild Rift release, the bigger news this month in the world of mobile MOBA esports is Mobile Legends actually got acquired by ByteDance. Yes, the company who owns TikTok, okay? And I heard rumors the acquisition price itself can buy some small countries. It's actually insane. And we're not gonna speculate how much money they spend to acquire Moonton and stuff. But the only thing you need to know about this news is Moonton is not going to be worried about money or competing against Wild Rift in the upcoming years. The last thing they're going to worry about is funding. In fact, I have some inside information from Moonton. Mobile Legends is actually thinking about revamping, upgrading their esports brand, thinking about doing a lot of stuff for the game itself. And we're going to see a lot of big new events coming out for Mobile Legends as well. I mean, how is this bombshell going to affect Wild Rift NA launch? Well, let's look at both sides of the quarter.
Okay, so he knows that he knows about the acquisition. So this is big. This is big. And then he said he has some inside information that says basically what was obvious. Some changes are going to be coming. Like, they were purchased. If you didn't see my last video, I really dive into the article and we go over some things. But if you want to understand why Mobile Legends was purchased for $4 billion, it's because of their esports potential. Mobile Legends is dominating and it's just in a league of its own when it comes to its esports potential. So they want to be like huge when it comes to esports, and that's why Mobile Legends got this $4 billion evaluation. So basically what's going to be going on is they're going to be trying to revamp everything and expand. They're going to try to expand to different countries and things like that. They're going to try to boost the Mobile Legends awareness everywhere, and not just in Asia, I'm assuming, because Asia is probably one of the lower paying countries to as far as money goes. As far as making a bunch of money, Asia is probably one of the lower ones. I don't know why. It's just how it works. It's how it works. America is one of the highest paying. Like most YouTubers, most of us North American YouTubers, those of us who are like actually in North America, we get paid. The majority of our money comes from North America, even though the majority of our viewership comes from Asia, and that just shows you the difference in Like if you have like 100, like if you have like 1 million people watching from Asia, and you only have 100,000 watching from America, but those 100,000 people, you get paid more for those viewers than you get paid for 1 million Asia viewers. Like that's kind of how it works. That's how it works in the Mobile Legends community. So yeah, that's how big of a difference it is. So I 100% think that TikTok is going to be trying to focus more so on where you can get the biggest return on your money, which is in the American esports lane. So I can see them like, and plus Mobile Legends is already dominating in Asia. So what else would TikTok have to offer outside of making Mobile Legends big, really, really big globally? And I mean really big globally, like TikTok. TikTok is everywhere. So yeah.
Starting with Mobile Legends, okay? Already, we're finally seeing lots of movement from Mobile Legends developers into the NA esports market. Behind the scene, lots of YouTubers, including me, are now being offered a decent amount of money to host local tournaments from the developers.
Cap. And that, I think that's one of the biggest problems with the Mobile Legends community and North American community in general. Like, the creators don't be knowing their worth. The creators don't know their worth at all. So, Mobile Legends came to me, like, I got the same offer from Mobile Legends. They hit up all the YouTubers. The difference is I turned it down because they were offering a very low amount of money as opposed to what my brand is worth and what I bring to the table and things like that. Like, you have to do good business. And I don't think the Mobile Legends creators know how to do good business. Like that, like, why do you think there's no big brand like FaZe in the Mobile Legends community? We have all the viewership in the world. We have everything you could need to make one of the highest superpowers in esports history or in Mobile Legends entertainment in gaming history. But no one has that business sense to do that. And I've reached out to a few creators and tried it, but they're young. They don't really know. They don't understand it. Like, oh, it's not going to look cool working with you. Do you want to look cool or you want to look rich? That's how I think. I think you want to look cool or you want to look rich. Which one is it? Like, because it's just the Mobile Legends. I don't think the creators. I think the best thing that TikTok can do for Mobile Legends is really bring forth a new age of YouTubers. A new age of YouTubers, people who are business savvy, people who do want to expand, people who do have bigger dreams and stuff to make Mobile Legends and to make Mobile Legends esports one of the biggest things in the world. Somebody who's really is driven to do that. Because these creators, I think that they settle a lot. It's a lot of fake relationships, and it's just really weird in the Mobile Legends community. And I think that that's what's been holding it down. But the issue is no one listens to me because it's not the cool thing to do to listen to the guy who owns businesses. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see.
Moonton is willing to cover the prize money, the advertising, and even pay the host itself attractive amount of money just to do the event. And it's a community event. It's not even like official events, right? They're just gonna pay the YouTuber, hey, go ahead and host a tournament for us, and we're gonna advertise for you. You can do it through your channel, and we're gonna give you money to do it. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? Obviously, you gotta prove to Moonton that you are worthy of their money. Now, if you're an NA ML fan, stay tuned because a big NA tournament is coming up, along with waves of more like ad spam when you watch YouTube or Facebook. Now, how much is the ad spam going to help the game viewer counts or player counts? I don't know, actually. I mean, we're talking about NA market, a market that really never favored mobile games, okay? Especially mobile MOBA games. Now, Mobile Legends actually has a really large market in the Central America and South America. So if you look at those countries, in fact, you look at Twitch, there are a lot of streamers who have thousands of viewers, 4-digit viewership for Mobile Legends, which is actually incredible considering like all the other mobile games on Twitch are not that successful at all, including some really big titles from Supercell as well. At the same time, like I already mentioned, Mobile Legends is buying a lot of their influencers, the big ones, to stay in the game. Okay, namely like a Cozy Doggy, you probably heard of him, the biggest in Philippines, Just No Limit, the biggest in Indonesia, and a lot of pro esports players in the Southeast Asia region. I mean, what do you think the Orcs are going to do once they know Moonton is doubling their prize money, maybe tripling their prize money, and advertising money, right? it's just going to be a really positive circle in my opinion. The org's going to invest more money into bringing more players, into bringing more content, and those content will attract more players, and then so on and so forth, right? More of your friends will start playing the game, more of the players will be aspire to be an esports player. It's just a really, really good looking phenomenon for Mobile Legends right now.
And I definitely agree with that. I agree with a lot of that. It's going to be huge for Mobile Legends. This is going to be a very, very big deal for Mobile Legends. And I just want to see the YouTubers not blow this opportunity once again. Because if you, like, I was one of the YouTubers here, one of the first YouTubers here from the beginning. A lot of the content that you see today, a lot of the content, everything that you see that has built the Mobile Legends community can be traced back to me, iFlex, Jimmick, and Blue Panda. Like, with the four, we're like, a lot of content that's created and done in Mobile Legends, we did that already years ago. We were the first ones doing it. But the thing is, we blew the opportunity before. North America, the UK, like, everyone has had an opportunity before. We were the first ones to have this opportunity to take Mobile Legends far. But instead of everybody working together, and instead of everybody making the smart decisions that was going to be big for the Mobile Legends North American community, everybody was on separate pages. Everybody was going against each other. Everybody, like, was looking out for themselves. And everybody looked out for themselves to the point where it completely destroyed Mobile Legends in our countries. So I think the community is still young. It's still the same young creators. It's still creators who aren't really doing much for one another. It's like, I don't know. I feel like having money does not solve problems. The problem is the content creators don't really know what they're doing, and they don't want to educate themselves on what they're doing. And I think that's still one of the scariest things. And that's why I think Wild Rift is definitely still in the conversation. Because it does not matter how much you advertise North America. When somebody in North America sees the Mobile Legends community, they're going to see these same North American creators who's only looking out for themselves. And that's not going to be good, because you're going to have a bunch of players who can't play, a bunch of players looking at other YouTubers like, oh my God, this is the greatest player in the world, and not really having knowledge on how to actually become a great player themselves. Then when they become a great player, they're going to want to be praised instead of helping others up. It's like the same repeating cycle, everlasting repeating cycle, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like that, and I don't think that that's going to breed a successful community. So I think the success of Mobile Legends is really going to come down to the YouTubers taking a stand and changing. I don't think that Mobile Legends had to be bought out to be successful in these other countries. I think the YouTubers, we get millions and millions of views combined. If the YouTubers at any point came together, we have enough viewership to change Mobile Legends in our countries forever. It's just something that nobody does. And that's the truth. That's just the truth. And I know a lot of people might not want to hear that. A lot of people might not want to accept that. But yes, at the point where you're bringing in millions and millions of views, you collaborate together and build something bigger than yourself, it changes everything. That's what changes the world. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think Mobile Legends is still in a place to do that. I think the creators are still more self-absorbed. Everybody looking out for themselves. And yeah, it's weird. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. I hope that the Mobile Legends community don't let this opportunity pass them up again. Because if you look back in history, history tends to repeat itself a lot. In the real world, and Mobile Legends history kind of repeats itself a lot too. So
Because this is a fight Moonton is bringing to Wild Rift. Rightfully so, because this is Riot we're talking about. If they want to compete with the best, you gotta bring the best. And that's exactly what Moonton is doing. I was absolutely shocked to hear this, that Moonton is being acquired by ByteDance, the developer of TikTok. I mean, you all know how big TikTok is. This is literally putting another version of Tencent behind Moonton. No longer it's just this small indie company called Moonton out there in Shanghai, China somewhere. It's now ByteDance. It's kind of like saying that Wild Rift is developed by Riot. And ByteDance is probably one of the most valued company in the world right now. I mean, we all know how big TikTok is. If you don't know how big TikTok is, just go ask any simp, alright? You will find how big TikTok is, alright? TikTok is huge. And now they own Moonton, they own Mobile Legends. Alright, but on the other side of the coin, some of the actions Wild Rift is doing right now does get a lot of content creators. I'm not going to say whether it includes me or not. I'm just going to say some of the actions that we're seeing coming out of Wild Rift is getting a lot of content creators worried. From my discussion with a lot of my peers or some esports org managers that I have connection with, I mean, it's like the opposite of building confidence. And why do I say that? Just ask yourself, when was the...
I'll tell you this much to begin with. League of Legends and the Wild Rift, the community is too cocky. They're too arrogant. And that's why it's like both sides, they have very high strength and they also have very big weaknesses. I think that League of Legends is much too arrogant. They put a game out to a different country for almost a year. It was hyped in North America, like North American YouTubers, even me at one point. I had a whole Wild Rift channel. We all excited like, oh yeah, Moonton been treating us so bad. This is going to kill Mobile Legends. Let's go jump in and on it. Let's get it. They wait till a year later to finally drop their game. It's like they've been playing the game over there for the longest now. We haven't had the game to play. It's like nobody cares no more. Like I don't care about the game no more, to be honest. And that's how I feel. I'm not just by myself there. A lot of people don't care about the game no more. And they think just because their name is League of Legends that people are going to play it. And to be fair, a good amount of people will play it. But the real League of Legends fan base is on PC and they're not coming and switching to mobile. It's just not going to happen. The king MOBA of mobile is Mobile Legends. And now that it has a big giant behind it, I'm going to let you know, I'm leaning more towards Mobile Legends. I'm leaning more towards Mobile Legends. But I also don't put it past the content creators to kill this opportunity. So I don't know. But honestly, I think that the content creators are actually tired of the Mobile Legends community being screwed up the way that it is. So hopefully it gets to a point where these guys will actually listen, start making some big moves and make some noise for Mobile Legends, because there's no reason we should have a guy in the Mobile Legends community as big as Ninja and Mobile Legends isn't as big as Fortnite. Like, how trash of YouTubers do you have to be in this community to have a guy as big as Ninja in your community and no, the world don't even know? It's like we damn near have a PewDiePie in this community. We have a PewDiePie in this community almost, man. And no one knows. Like, the content creators just has to do better. And that's what you see in the Fortnite community. You see all these people always in each other's streams. They're popping up. They play with each other every single day. You see big things happening. You see these guys joining the same teams. A bunch of big guys making teams together. It's like, it's a community, a real community. In Mobile Legends, it's just every man for themselves. In North America, it's every man for themselves and Gosu. It's every man for themselves and Gosu. And Gosu doesn't really manage the business aspects the way that they should to really utilize that brand. So I think that there's some changes that need to be made as far as the content creator side. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Mobile Legends still, because I think those problems are fixable. And with this big opportunity, I think that creators may be more open to really changing and really doing what's best to really boost everyone's careers here and really boost the entertainment value of this community as a whole. So yeah.
Last time you saw a Wild Rift ad on YouTube or any popular social platform per se,
goes
right?
back to their ego.
Wild Rift first announced that it's gonna go live and we're gonna have this beautiful game, League of Legends on mobile. They asked Faker to do some ads, but then that was it. It's like a flash in the pan, a 9 days wonder. A written in the water, it just shows up and it disappeared. And then all we have is, news from Twitter, from some social media platforms that Wild Rift used to announce their news. And then we get some patch notes, and then we got some, new updates coming out or new develop diaries on the official Wild Rift YouTube channel. I mean, that was pretty much it. All the stuff that I have seen. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen some more. But the point is, we did not see much of an actual marketing effort to actually advertise the game. Now a lot of common response I received when I talked to some knowledgeable people or the content creators, they were telling me that, Dave, this is only open beta, and also Wild Rift officially said this is open beta for the Americas, right?
It's not the release of the game, and it doesn't make sense to go all out on marketing and advertising right now. But I also think they started the betas too soon in other countries. Because everybody in North America, we've been looking at the other countries play for how long? At this point, it's like, A lot of us from other countries don't care anymore. It's like we really don't care. They've been playing the game for the longest. We were playing the game. We were super excited for it, and then we lost hope. So I think all the marketing in the world they take too long to do it. They took too long, way too long to do it. And your name is not going to save you. Like, this is a generation where it's so much stuff going on social media where you can't afford to waste all this time. You just can't afford to. You can't afford to waste all this time, man. And they wasted a lot of time. So, yeah.
It's not like official launch or anything. So I actually didn't know what the difference between open beta and official launch. So I did a little bit of research. And here's what I found. Open and closed beta. Developers may release either a closed beta, also called private beta, or an open beta, also called a public beta. Closed beta versions are released to the restricted group of individuals for the users to test by invitation, while open beta testers are from a larger group or anyone interested. You know, this is basically what we've been through with League of Legends Wild Rift. Firstly, we have alpha, and then we have closed beta in SEA region, and then we had open beta, right? That invites a lot of regions, a lot of players to jump in because developer want more data to test a lot of features out. Open beta serves the dual purpose of demonstrating a product to potential customers and testing among an extremely wide user base, likely to bring to light obscure errors that a much smaller testing team might not find. You know, so far, it makes a lot of sense. It aligns with what Wild Rift has been doing. But what is official release, right? Once released, the software is generally known as stable release. The formal term often depends on the method of release.
I'll tell you this. Basically, Wild Rift is doing it the super professional way. They're not realizing that by the time they release League of Legends, the world has changed. League of Legends was one of the only games out at that time, and it was one of the best games out, so people would wait around for it because they had nothing better to do. It's a new game releasing every day right now, especially on mobile. Especially on mobile. We seeing a new ad on Instagram anytime you use it for a mobile game. So they don't have all this time anymore. They're taking way too long to do it, and I think that's just the long and short of it. They're taking too long to get to the punch. They're taking too long to really release the final version of this game, and I think that's where Moonton has them beat. Moonton released a half ready game, but they fixed it over time. So people were enjoying the bad game. We were enjoying the bugs and glitches. And now, honestly, we can look back and laugh at, like, dang, you remember when you could have, like, unlimited Zaz turrets on the map? Like, you remember when you could Franco hook Lord all the way back to the base? Like, you remember all these things? That's nostalgic. That's stuff that we look back at and laugh like, dang, Mobile Legends really came a long way. And I think that that's a good approach. But the way that League is doing it, it's like we gonna have this game super perfect before we let one country play it. Like, we're gonna let one country test it and put all the content online. If they were gonna do this type of testing, they should have blocked all content from being released on YouTube about it, because then we wouldn't have been seeing content for all these months, getting super hyped just to be disappointed because the game has not come. So I think that if we didn't see so much of what's already in that's like, who wants to buy a game where you saw everything that it has to offer already? You've been looking at it's like you've been playing the game but not been able to play the game for a whole year. I don't care anymore. I've seen the beginning, the end of the game. I've seen the person at the highest rank. I've seen all of this already. So it's like, who cares? It's really, that's what it is.
Physical media, online media, or a web application. Now, that probably didn't mean much, so I did a little bit of research, find a lot of articles on Reddit, read a lot of them. I think the common consensus I find is open beta and a release are essentially milestone titles. Open beta games have a form of leniency when it comes to bugs because the company can just excuse themselves by saying it's still in beta. Basically, open beta and open release is the same. A lot of really popular titles that you might heard of are still actually in beta. The main issue with companies going into forever beta is that they never openly say that core game is finished. This is usually what happens whenever the company decides the next new thing that they're working on is required for their game to be complete. Additional content that isn't actually required, but the company feels the game still isn't a full game without it. This also leads companies never releasing their game. So if you think about that for a second, right? When is Riot gonna consider Wild Rift as a, kind of bug acceptable type of game where we can call it a launch now, where there's actually no essential difference between that version of the game and the current version you're playing. It's just that the game developer is going to take a lot more responsibility for the game because it's officially launched, and with official launch, there comes with a lot of events that has to make it official. You know what I mean? With that being said, when is that date? You know, like, are we gonna have all the PC champions coming to Wild Rift and then we're gonna launch the game, or are we gonna have every single one of the features added into Wild Rift before we're gonna start doing advertising? So how long is that period gonna last? Another 1 or 2 years, or another few months? Like, we don't know. Additionally, the international game producer for Wild Rift, for Riot, actually came out and said Americas is my final country to launch. What a journey before I move full-time on esports feature and development. Now, this basically tells us America launch is going to conclude the global launch, right, for the open beta. This is another reason that we can believe this is basically like the official launch of the game for a global release. It's just that the developers are not really calling it that way. And that is the scariest part. Content creators don't really know how long they will have to struggle before we actually see a surge of organic viewers or a surge of interest. Not every single channel is going to be like Pro Guys that has this already built-in network, you know, like Pro Guys League of Legends. They could have plug in their viewers from that. You know, it's a big company. Not every single content creator is going to be like them to have like an actual studio to make their videos. Have like an...
Alright, Joe. So yeah, honestly, I think that, I don't know, it's hard to tell at this point, to be honest. We're gonna end the video here. I do think that it's an even matchup between Mobile Legends and League of Legends right now. It could really go either way, and I think that I'm leaning towards Mobile Legends simply because League of Legends just took way too long in an age where you'll see something one day and completely forget about it tomorrow. That's happened with a lot of people who play League of Legends. Now, when they start re-advertising, yeah, cool. But at the same time, now Mobile Legends is stepping it up. Mobile Legends has an unlimited budget to step it up. It's like they were fighting hard against Mobile Legends before Mobile Legends had an unlimited budget. Now, I don't know. I don't know if they can hang with Mobile Legends. Like, they took way too long to do it. So let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.